There's more coming up during the scene at 6. Here's a preview.
This is Huell Howser, and I have tried and tried and tried to come up with some kind of a hint to give you all about what tonight's story is all about, and I just hadn't been able to do it. So you'll just have to watch for what I promise will be a very exciting story. At least it was as far as I was concerned. How do y'all think I look today, ladies?
Crazy.
Crazy?
Yeah,
Here, hold this for just a minute.
I thought you looked crazy. And a Federal Trade Commission official says the oil companies are partly to blame for the gasoline shortage.
Well, what can I say? You flipped out fine. This is it.
Well, it's Monday, and from time to time we like to have fun with our second half teases, so why not?
You would like a Tarzan suit or a leopard?
That was a Tarzan suit.
It was definitely a Tarzan yell or a weak facsimile of a Tarzan.
And those women, I just kind of pulled them off the street and asked them to stand there while we were filming. They had no idea I was going to give that yell, so that kind of caught them off guard.
Were you undergoing some kind of examination or something?
Well, there was a police car kept circling the block while we were filming that.
What was are we going to find out what was going on?
You don't have any idea what tonight's story.
I really don't.
And I didn't tell you on purpose because there's kind of a kicker at the end of it. You're going to love tonight's story.
Well,
just wait and see.
I'll let you know about that.
Okay. Friday, I was out at the Opryland Hotel attending a national broadcasters luncheon, walked out by the pool area, and who was out there but Jim Fowler? Now, you know who Jim Fowler is.
The man with the animals.
The man with the animals on Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, and he's also on The Tonight Show a lot with all these exotic animals that he's always showing Johnny Carson. Well, I thought it'd be interesting to meet this guy. Ended up talking with him for an hour or two. He's a true animal expert, had several animals with him, including an African leopard. Like to invite all the animal lovers to sit back and enjoy themselves as we visit with Jim Fowler and his friendly leopard. I'm curious now. Of course, people see you on Wild Kingdom, but they also see you on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and I'm curious about that whole story about being on The Tonight Show with Johnny.
You know, Johnny's really a professional, and he's able to keep the action moving. For example, you're sitting here. I'm going to ask you to reach up and pet this, and you'll see. Go ahead and reach up and pet it because
it looks a little...
he's fine. This is fine. This is one of the greatest leopards that you'll ever run across.
It'll be the only leopard I'll ever run across, Jim.
Now you're beginning to see a little of the reaction Johnny has, and you handle that very well.
Yeah. Do you find yourself getting a little frustrated when your whole life is spent working with animals, yet you have to deal with people who sometimes, you know, don't really show as much intelligence as the animals do that you're working with?
That's a good question. Now, the point is, I really am fascinated by people, and I think that I think in order for the world of humans and people to have a quality of life, we have to include the animal world with us. And I honestly am very excited about the future of human beings, and I really enjoy people, obviously, a lot more than I do animals. If I didn't, something might be a little wrong with me.
Sometimes, though, I get the feeling, though, that...
Oh, whoa! Here, let me interview you. There we go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back a little later, and we'll see. There we go. A word from our sponsor.
Jim, I like animals, but that's ridiculous.
I've got some good insurance for you, by the way. Mutual of Omaha.
I told you were going to love that story.
You know the funny thing? Did you notice that the people around there started laughing? Broke into spontaneous laughter when this animal was clawing your head.
I can't begin to tell you what it feels like to have a leopard jump up on you.
No, you can't. I don't hope to never experience
Bleep it out. The question is now, I've got it did have claws.
This is the very suit you had on.
Its claws had not been pulled out.
The suit you have, okay.
There is a leopard claw hole right there.
There is indeed.
There's a leopard claw hole over there. There's a leopard claw hole down here on my pants leg.
What's that on your shoes?
Now, the question is, if I'd been out covering a fire and a spark had hit my suit and burned it in the line of duty, WSM would have bought me a new suit, right? Okay, so I'm out doing a feature story and I get clawed by a leopard. Is WSM going to buy me a new suit?
Mike Kettman just came up before you even finished and said the answer is no. He knew what you were going to ask.
He said the answer was no before he even knew what the question was.
So he knew where you were going with that.
A lot of fun visiting with Jim Fowler, who is a true animal lover, and through his appearances on The Tonight Show and on Wild Kingdom have helped people appreciate animals a whole lot more, and I certainly appreciate African leopards a lot more than I did before.
Did he claw your head? It looked like it had a scar right up here.
Sure.
No damage.
Maybe a little plastic surgery up here.
Get the suit together. Okay.
Work on the face while we're at it, too.
Yeah, that's where you could use the word. Okay, I'm glad you survived it. Thank you, Huell. We'll be back with more of The Scene at 6 after this.